All right, just doing a little demo drive today. This is the Lightning. This is an XLT, and it has a couple of packages. It has the tow technology package, so it comes with the braking and the backup. It does not have the heavy duty tow package, which kind of sucks because that's got the extra cooling for the thermals. Doesn't have that. The other thing it does have on this particular one, is the 9.6 kilowatt inverter. So it's got all the outlets. It's got outlets there. It's got them there. Got them in the front, and it's got them all in the back, and it's got the big one, the big 220 line in the back, which is pretty cool. I wonder if this front button works here. What that is? Oh, that's cool. It's got like puddle lights. Okay, yeah, that's the front. Cool. And should be power closed too. Yep. This is a black one. Oh, I hate black. But it just happens to be what they have on the lot. So they're kind of giving some deals on these right now. You get $7,500 off, obviously federal, and then you get $500 off in New York State, from the state. And then they're giving around between $3,200 and $3,600 additional off at the dealer. And they're telling me I might be able to do 1.9 financing for 72 months. Which is really a big deal right now because financing's like 7.5% right now. It's just horrible. So I'm kind of kicking it around. See what kind of deal they would give me on a trade-in on my truck, but I'd probably sell my truck separate. So you got USB A and C there. You got a nice big cubby there. Because this is the XLT, it comes with this cool feature. The workstation, very nice. It's got a double glove box. I guess you just shut it like that, pretty much like most trucks have. My truck has a double glove box. It doesn't have a ton of stuff, but it does have the cloth seats, and it does have a pretty nice power seat on this side, whereas the Pro, which is base, has the vinyl seats, and it's a manual seat. What else we got going here? It doesn't have power folding wind mirrors like my truck does. At least I don't think it does. Oh, that's heating, I think. Oh, okay, that's just how you determine which one to operate. I see. Nice grab handles. No lights on the mirrors here. That's no big deal. It does have an auto dimming rear view. I'm not used to having a 5.5 foot bed, because with the 5.5 foot bed you end up getting this big crew cab, which I really don't need. But when you put those seats up, man, you could put a lot of tools in there, because you got the totally flat floor here, because there's no drivetrain. Got a rear electric motor and a front electric motor, making it all-wheel drive. I think it's 400 and I don't know, mid 400 horsepower. Might even be more than that, but I know the 0 to 60 they're saying is about 4.25 seconds 0 to 60. It definitely it jumps hard when you put it in the sporty. It's in like a sport mode, the driving mode. It jumps hard. It'll spin the front tires a little bit, and then it'll just pull. So So it's got a pretty quick 0 to 60 for such a big old truck. But, you know, being that it's a Ford, it's an aluminum body, so it's not as heavy as almost all the other EV trucks. And, of course, you're not going to be worried about rust if you keep it long term. Now, of course, this being the XLT, it does not have the bigger battery. That's kind of the tough thing about this is the Pro and the XLT come with just the 98 kilowatt hour battery. So, you know, you're limited. They say 240 range is on the sticker, but I wouldn't buy that on the highway. I think you're around 220, maybe 215 at a 70 mile an hour constant highway speed in the summer. That's going to get reduced in the winter, and it's going to get reduced a lot if you're towing. Luckily, I don't tow. I would say if you're someone who tows often, especially if you tow distances, an EV is not the right way to go. I would look for the new Ram Charger from Ram, which is going to be a kind of like a serial hybrid. That'll be a really nice vehicle if you don't want to go diesel, if you're someone who tows a lot long distances. For someone who tows locally in the city, this would probably be fine, because and for me, again, this is going to be basically a work truck. You know, I do anything anywhere from 10 miles to 60, 80 miles in a day on a typical work, because I'm a contractor, I work all over. But I'm always going to be able to charge at home at night and get that very low rate. So this would probably cut my fuel costs from my current truck about a third is kind of the way I've been calculating it out. So if I'm putting, I don't know, let's say $6,000 into fuel for a year, this will cost me $2,000. It's about a third. So that alone is a nice savings. Anyways, just out for a demo ride, and this is the one that they have that they're offering me a pretty good deal on. I was kind of not really thinking about it, but because the deal's pretty good right now, it's like I say, it's about a $59,000 sticker over there. Actually, let me just show the sticker real quick. It's black. Here it's got the 240 plug in it, so it's got the 9.6 kilowatt. So those are the options right there. And there's the total, $59,595. Just got the standard 311A XLT series. So that's basically what it's got. Just got the 18-inch. So I like these wheels because they're going to be your best for efficiency. I don't really like the color black. Of course, it's dirty. Probably will look good clean. Got that on it for the code if you don't want to use your key. Comes with all the mat. Man, that's really nice fold flat floor. I think this is that box link thing. Just like those over there. Got more outlets back here. And another outlet. Oh, that's a USB-C, USB-A, and then you got a 12 volt. So man, I could put a ton of tools back here. And the thing that I like as far as being a contractor is I'd be able to put a million things up here. I could probably put most of my everyday tools right up here. This is a monster. Nice. They include that adapter. Very nice. I'll also show you the one in the back too, since I'm here. There's the big 220. So this says 7.2 on it, and then this says 2.4. So that's 9.6 total. All right, so that's the one I'm looking at. Really was not thinking about a truck, but mostly because they're just blowing them out right now. And ever since I got the Tesla and I drove the Tesla, I just love the... I tell you, once you go EV, it's just so cool because they're so quick and snappy, and there's no more starting your engine, warming up your engine, you know, waiting for everything to warm up and all that transmission and all the stuff that happens with a combustion engine. When you get an EV, you start to realize, because I'm a very mechanical person, you start to realize in an EV there's so much of that is you just don't have anymore. You basically turn it on and you drive. You don't have to wait. You don't have to warm it up in the winter. Of course, you can warm it up in the winter from your remote control and preheat it. No more going to gas stations. You know, that'll be a thing in your past. You just plug it in every night when you get home, and away you go the next morning. Again, you know, I only go to my cottage. That's my biggest kind of road trip, which is 220 miles. So this thing would probably just make it. If I went like 55, 60 miles an hour, it would probably make it. But that's really not how you drive an EV. You know, you run 100, 150 miles, 130 miles, and then you charge it up for 15, 20 minutes, and then away you go. And once I had the Tesla and I road tripped it, I realized, you know, that range figure is something that people always worry about who have never really driven an EV. Once you road trip an EV, it's something that you're more or less just looking at the distance between chargers. You're more worried about that. And running from Niagara Falls up to Huntsville is no big deal as far as chargers. There's lots of them. And then the other big, huge elephant in the room, and the biggest reason I'm actually considering the truck now versus me looking at Teslas is Ford just released that their adapters. So basically, if you buy a Ford, if I buy this, I will get a free adapter, which is the NACS J3400 plug to CCS. This truck has a CCS port on it, CCS 1, and I would be able to use this adapter that Ford will give me with this truck, and I will be able to now go to almost all the version 3 Tesla superchargers. So that makes a huge difference in considering buying an EV that's a non-Tesla. And for some of you that don't know, almost all the other manufacturers are jumping on board with this. So part of me kind of want to wait till 2025 to buy one of these, because it'll actually have the port, the actual J3400 port on the truck from the factory, so you won't need an adapter. But right now they're kind of blowing these trucks out, because this is 2023, it's a leftover. They're kind of blowing them out, and when you add in the tax credits, you know, I mean, basically this is as cheap as my last truck I bought. And if I actually looked at several other F150s on the lot, and most of them sticker very similarly or higher than this, and they don't get the $8,000 tax credit. And by the way, that's a point of sale tax credit now, so they take it off right at the dealer. Anyways, I didn't want to make this video this long, but longer than I thought it was going to be. But that's the plan right now. Just out for a demo ride, and always nice to go test new vehicles. Leave some comments below and let me know what you guys think of these Lightnings. I know they're very controversial, but for someone who, like a contractor that drives in the city, there's a lot of money to be saved. Definitely. Not to mention maintenance and oil changes. You know, my truck was in last year for a damn check engine light, and you know, $1,000 later, finally got that fixed, and then needed a brake job. $2,000 later, got that done. You know, these trucks have regenerative braking, so your brakes are going to probably last you maybe 150,000 miles, maybe 100,000 miles before you even have to look at them. You know, no more oil changes. So there's lots to be said about these trucks. And did I mention they're quick? Holy crap. 0 to 60? We're talking like 4.5 seconds, 4.25 seconds. I think my truck 0 to 60 is maybe like 7.5, 8 seconds, something like that. All right. That's a wrap on this video. See you later, guys.